Welcome to my office. We're going to be doing an exercise I call I Have a Dream, obviously inspired by the great Martin Luther King. And I want you to get your notebooks. When you get your notebooks out ready, because today we are going to, in fact, envision your ideal self, your ideal life, and we are going to work backwards from there and decide on what actions you may need to take. It won't take as long, it might take you longer, but for me to talk through it, not too long. And then you can pause it, you can do whatever you want with it. I have a dream. So the first thing I want you to do is to write down 3 top goals that are the ultimate. For example, mine is be a coach for those who dare to dream. That's one of them. Pause in between each section. So write, I have a dream, ... 1, 2, 3. And what are those dreams? What are those goals? Then the next question is, what does she look like? Or what does he look like? What do they look like? I want you to be super specific about what they look like, weight, everything, haircut. What are the things that make them them? And obviously you might be thinking, well, I can't completely change what I look like, but working with what you have now, what is the ideal version like? For example, for mine, I know there's a specific weight that I feel good in, 26 kg muscle mass, toned and tanned and healthy. Be super detailed in all of these answers. What have they achieved or done? What have they achieved or done? Be specific. Write down more than one. When I did this exercise with my boyfriend, he ended up just doing like one key goal, but I want you to write down multiple things, okay? But I found this exercise extremely helpful, okay? So I want you to write it all down. What skills does she or he have, and what do they know? That's the next question. What skills do they have? So a good way to figure that one out is you look at what have they achieved. To achieve that, what skills would they have? Next question. How do they feel? For example, mine is confident, positive, realistic and honest, grounded, at peace, proud of her accomplishments, inspired/motivated. How do they feel? How will they feel day to day? How will they change others around them? How will they serve? How will they change others around them? And how will they serve? And I want you to start the sentence with I will, or she will, or he will, or I will, if you want. For example, I wrote, she will inspire by living by example. She will make people reach their healthiest selves. This is mine. So pause, think about it. And then where have they traveled to? I want you to write down the places that they have traveled to. You can still add in the places you've already been, because after all, it is you. I said about how do they look, but this is what do they wear? What do they wear? 2 more. What are their home life and relationships like? What's home like? What's relationships like? Are they married? Are they not? Do they live with a certain someone? Do they have children? Do they travel? Do they live alone? What is it? What does it look like? And what does their home look like? So, right, what does her or his home look like? Be very specific. Where is it? What does it look like? For example, mine would be near a beach, filled with light and soft, natural colors. How many rooms? What does it include? How does it feel? What fabrics are in that space? That's it. So you have just created your I have a dream vision. And now all I want you to do is to look at that vision, look at those goals, look at how they feel, and think, how do I feel now? How do I serve people now? What can I wear now? What will get me to that physique? How can I acquire those skills? How can I achieve those things? Work backwards, and your vision will be very clear. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you'd like to, you can share it down below what your dream is. I want you to comment, I have a dream, and you can write it down below, or you can keep it for yourself and let your actions speak for you. All right, have a good day, guys. Thanks so much.